Welcome, travelers. Welcome to another strange and awkward episode of these streams where you basically get to see me fail over and over and over and over again until we finally land something. And I think people probably just think I'm crazy, but if I could land some of this stuff on my bike first try, I would be landing it first try. It's just, man, some of this stuff is taking me an extreme amount of time. It's almost in the realms of absurdity now, but it's so rewarding just landing something. Especially that one trick we landed last stream, the backyard no-hander. I've been after that trick. I've actually only landed that was maybe the 5th one I've landed in maybe 2 years or something like that. It's crazy. But anyway, welcome in. Welcome in to Bible study devotional, BMX learning, more into the realms and mysteries and trials of patience of Flatland BMX, which that's kind of what I see every time I see a Flatlander now. I'm like, holy moly, that dude's put some time in. This dude has some extreme amount of patience. And the other thing that's I think I've been hearing other people going, oh, well, where did you learn that trick? I can't find a how-to and stuff like. Well, that's the other weird thing. I couldn't find how-tos on many of these tricks either. But there are some hidden how-tos on globalflat.com, but you have to go to the forms section, and not only it's the forms section, it's like the forms section, and then there's like general discussion or something like that. They have a search bar up there, and you can type in, random just words that you think of with the trick, and sometimes these tricks actually do have how-tos. But the thing is that there are these very bizarre how-tos with no pictures, no videos. It's just text how-tos. And it's actually kind of funny because now as I go over and review them over again, sometimes the text how-tos actually tell you a little bit more than like a video how-to. It's actually very strange. I'm like, that's so odd to think about. But anyway, let us practice trying to sow some seeds out, or just practice reading. Maybe we're going to just practice reading aloud, maybe just practice talking. I know it sounds very bizarre, but sometimes these Bible study devotionals actually just remind me of just kind of just like playing an RPG game. Like in some of these RPG games, you have the speechcraft level, or you have like the charisma level. Sometimes and sometimes in order to get into certain classes, like per se the paladin, or I think even the cleric, you need to have certain attributes to even get into, or certain levels of these attributes to get into these classes. And so let's get into it. Let's get into these Bible studies. Hopefully we can remain joyous, and hopefully we can help to encourage some people. And if anybody's out there, I hope you guys are trying to encourage others as well, because sometimes there's a lot of toxicity, right? Sometimes there's a lot of toxicity in the city, right? Okay, what verse are we going to get into? So I did kind of randomly just open the Bible literally like 2 minutes before this. I was like, okay, well, I don't know what I'm going to get into. But the thing is that we have the technology to look up commentaries, to even just practice, to even, and it's actually very liberating to just stream this stuff. It actually wasn't liberating in the beginning because there's this whole aspect of what if I say something wrong, what if I mess up, what if, what are people going to think about me? But there's a liberating aspect in all that, because what I found out is, there was a time when I tried to like make these YouTube videos, and the thing is I'm very bad at editing, right? For some odd reason, I don't know, I'm not really an editor or something, but the thing is like sometimes when I'm editing, it just takes me so long, and I literally have to like re-watch and review this stuff like 20 times. I'm like, oh, I gotta clip this, cut that, put this up in here, and it's just like, and especially it's even harder, bro, if you try and edit a like Bible study or a commentary, dude, I get so much more like anxiety and just worry, and I have to like make everything perfect and all this stuff. And it's just so liberating just doing these streams, because I'm just like, all right, well, if I mess up, you know, my bad. We're just going to go with it, okay? Like, I can't edit the stuff out. And it kind of just makes me able to just keep doing these. You just keep doing these a lot. Just like boom, boom, boom. So anyway, let's look into this verse right here. Where are we at? Okay, yeah. We're going to get into right here. We're going to get into 1 Thessalonians 5 through 11 through 18. And that is what we're going to look into today. And I think we're going to look into just one of these verses and look up a commentary and just see what it says, right? So let's read some of these verses. What does it say up in here? Therefore, encourage one another and build one another up, just as you are doing. We ask you, brothers, to respect those who labor among you, who are over you in the Lord and admonish you, and to esteem them very highly in love because of their work. Be at peace among yourselves. We urge you, brothers, admonish the idle, encourage the faint-hearted, help the weak, be patient with them all. Man, that's such a big one, right? Be patient with them all. Now, one of the reasons why I started thinking about this verse in some degree is that if you go on certain aspects of like some of these Christian forums, Reddit per se, and other forum boards and stuff like this. Now, the thing is I honestly used to make a lot of comments, but there's actually many times where I don't make comments because I actually don't know if I'm actually saying the right thing to these people. But what I actually have found, what you can do is on your phone, what you can do is on your notepad on your phone right here. Let's see here. Like, see how I have this notepad thing right here? Well, the thing is, what you can do is that you can actually write a longer comment and get, you know, put some pretty good forethought or maybe foresight into this comment, save it onto your notepad, and then what you could do is then when you see like another believer or something and they are being faint-hearted, or they're just like losing motivation or encouragement, or they're even just thinking about, you know, they're just so doubtful in the faith and stuff like that, you can save some of these comments that you put a lot more thought into them. And the thing about Reddit is you could actually put a lot bigger comments, I think. I don't know exactly how the max level of the comment, but you can try that, and I think that's helped. It's actually helped me out because many times me saving those comments, it's actually a good review on what I go through in some degree. And there was actually this one comment. Let's see here. Do I have it? I know I have it saved somewhere. Let's see. Where is it? And it's the comment about it was this comment actually right here. This is the comment I have saved. Actually, I think I have it saved up in here. See, I have this one saved. Let's just do a little example. Okay, so this is actually one of the comments I do have saved, right? And so this is what I put in the front of it. This is a comment I have saved that I try to share with people who seem to need it. It's also a reminder to myself, though I wrote this down even to this day. I still forget and struggle with many of this stuff as well. I hope these words can offer any fortitude, vitality, or insight. I guess maybe I should put in the word encouragement now, right? Because I think even this one goes up in here, right? Yeah, it says admonish. Maybe I should just use the word admonish. What is that? I think admonish means encouragement, right? I'm actually going to add that word in there now. Let's put in admonish. Admonish. We just added that word in there. Maybe it's the word I shouldn't be using, but let's look up the definition. I'm pretty sure admonish means encourage, though. Admonish Bible definition. Let's see what this means. What is this going to mean? Let's see here. Putting in mind. I mean, I guess it's the first thing that comes up. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird how I'll like put it up and then like sometimes the first thing that comes up is this strange site. I've never seen that site in my entire life, honestly. But this is one of the first things that come up. It says the word literally means putting in mind. To admonish is to disposit truth into a person's thought. It might take the form of discipline, encouragement, or affirmation. It may be commendation or correction. Interesting. So there's actually a bunch of different aspects of admonish. It's actually weird because I've actually never heard
well, in terms of like, I've heard believers use that word because they read some of these verses, but I personally have never used that word in my vocabulary. I've never been like, oh, let's go admonish the people or something like that, or let's try to encourage them, right? It's kind of odd, right? So I think that's something we should try and put into our vocabulary. Now, also thinking about the verses that we just went under, there is this one verse that I kind of remember it from a Bible study that we did on encouragement. And it says something about we should encourage each other as long as it is called today or something like that. Let's look that verse up. I don't exactly remember where it is, but we have the technology. Now, this is so crazy that we have the technology right now to be able to just look up a verse, right? And just, I don't even remember where the verse is. I just remember a couple words of the verse, and we were able to just look it up and find it. Whereas if I didn't know that, it would take me much longer to try and find that verse, right? And all I remember about this verse is it says, like, encourage, I might even be totally wrong, encourage each other as long as it is called today. Each other as long as it is called today. Something like that. I totally got, that's the other thing. I totally butchered that verse, man. I need to try and remember this verse because this is actually a very important verse, because it's actually something that we're called to do every single day, right? Now, it's kind of weird because in some of these translations, it's actually using the word exhort. Let's actually just look up that definition after this as well. But exhort one another every day, as long as it is called today, that none of you may be hardened by the deceitfulness of sin. Hebrews 3:13. Now it's weird because look, right underneath that one, the Berean literal Bible translation, says, but encourage one another every day, that it may be called today, that none of you may be hardened by the deceitfulness of sin. Right, and I think that's a good one, right? Just to really think about that, man. Because I honestly, here's the other thing. I think what actually really got me encouraged was seeing people do their Bible study devotionals, man. That's actually what got me doing these things, right? And it's because I saw these other believers streaming it like this, right? They would do their Bible study devotional thing, and I would see them streaming it. I'm like, huh, that's crazy. They're just streaming it. And like, you know, the thing is, then they would just get into whatever they were doing. I'm like, all right, let's go for it. I think I could try and at least do that, right? And it's a lot more easier. I'm going to be really, really honest. If you're out there and you're like wanting to maybe make YouTube videos or like, you know, stuff like that, or you're just even thinking about making YouTube videos in the beginning, I think people should get into streaming beforehand, because streaming is just so much easier, bro. It's like you don't have to edit things, you don't have to have like the editor software and this thing. You don't have to, well, you know, and it's like you set up the streaming stuff and then you have to press one button and boom, you're good. And the thing is that you can save all these clips, so if you do want to make YouTube videos later, you can edit all this stuff later on. But I think in terms of like maybe getting comfortable just talking or just reading aloud for your Bible study devotionals, I think this is a great way, right? And I think that's another strange thing about these Bible study devotionals, and just the very odd thing about God's Word, right, is it's so word heavy, right? And it's so hilarious to me, because when I was younger, I actually didn't enjoy reading whatsoever. That's actually the funny thing. I actually was never really a big reader. I think some people might get tripped out that I say that, because now I'm doing these Bible study devotionals, right? But I actually grew up more as like a drawer and a painter, and I was more visually inclined, right? But the weird thing is that there's like this weird progression of me getting into reading is because of actually drawing. That's the whole funny thing, right? It's because like in the beginning, I remember when I was a little kid, like you take me to Barnes and Noble, bro, I ain't even gonna read any single one of those books. I'd be like looking at the cover. I'd be like in the fantasy and sci-fi section. I would never even read one of those single books. I'd literally pick out the books. I'd be like, dude, what has the coolest cover, man? Oh, that thing has like a Space Marine or something like on it, right? I thought that was cool, right? And I'd never read the books. There was times when I'd buy the book, I would not even read the book. I would literally tear off the cover and just have the art as I'd just keep the art. I was like that kind of person. But then the weird thing was, as I started getting deeper into drawing, I started getting these commissions for people, right? And they had like these RPG characters, and sometimes man, I'm going to be honest, some of these RPG role playing game character guys that play like D&D or WoW or you know, some of these major RPG games, right? Dude, sometimes they have put so much foresight into these characters and just forethought, and they've written entire backstories for some of these characters. I mean, some of these people, from their characters that they've created in RPG games, they've actually went on to make fantasy books, and they have actually been the baseline origins of many of these main characters that you see in a lot of mainstream media now, is from just simple things like that, where they were playing video game character and they're like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to write a story about it and stuff like that. And the thing is that as I started getting more into like character design and character drawing, I started getting commissions, and then these people would give me these long these long pages and pages and pages I'd have to read, you know. And the thing is sometimes these people are really strict on like how they want their characters drawn, how they want, you know, this painted or this painted, and because of that, I actually had to get into reading. It was kind of like this thing where I actually had to start learning how to read, right? Well, I knew how to read, but just getting more deeper into it, right? And it's kind of funny because I feel like these Bible study devotionals is just a good like little segue practice into thinking about words more, right? Because words have a lot of meaning and a lot of power, and words actually really can affect our internal monologue. It can affect our perception of reality. It can actually affect how we interpret just how other people are just going about their lives, and it's just very interesting to me. It's so interesting how like everybody in some degree, maybe not everybody, but most people actually have an ongoing internal monologue in their mind. And I think the scary part is that even if you think about that, we can think about that even in the negative aspect of even people that are committing these heinous acts of, you know, violence and killings and mass shootings, or even not even into that extreme of a level, but even just people that want to hurt others or want to hurt themselves, right? They have their own internal monologues, and I think it's very important to really take a great gander at the words that we are actually using, not only to others, but what words we are using to ourselves, right? And I feel like, and it's just so strange because like I wasn't very aware of that until I started getting deeper and deeper and deeper into God's word, because he makes it blatantly aware that that's how it is, right? And you know, let's even just go into John 1:1. That verse is just, it's just so crazy to me, just even the power of words, right? And just even thinking about John 1:1, and it says God is the Word, which is I don't know what people really think about that. I've heard some crazy things some believers have brought up to me about this verse in terms of like programming and stuff, but this verse right here is very interesting. Let's read it. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Isn't that crazy, man? Oh my, that verse still trips me out, especially because I met this one believer, and he was basically saying that this word right, the Bible, is basically like the program. And he's basically telling me that this is like the program to set us free, to ultimately set us free. Like, you know, even, and it's not just like a set us free, like, oh, we're going to get everything that we wanted and stuff like this, but it's to set us free from our carnal desires, from our sinful patterns that we didn't even know what was sin. But I think one of the biggest ones for me is that it set me free from these baseline emotions. It sets you free from, you know, envy, jealousy, coveting, anger, sadness, anxiety, worry, you know, all these baseline emotions that at the time, they actually did affect me. Now, when I was younger, I would say it didn't affect me, but as I look back, it actually did affect me. And the thing was, I wasn't aware of it, right? And the thing is that I feel like the Word of God puts it in a level of like a storytelling sense, to where when these emotions do happen to us, right, there's this almost like parable-ish aspect of the story element. And so when we go through these baseline emotions, because we're learning the Word of God in more of like a story-driven aspect, it kind of like there's this level of remembrance, right? And I feel like what's happening with me at the moment is that I have a very hard time remembering things. I have a very hard time actually like memorizing aspects of that, right? And I feel like because it's set in this strange story element, or a parable, or a riddle, it kind of gets me to remember it more. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just like that. Maybe it's just because we live in an instant gratification society. I'm really not sure, right? But the thing is, I'm actually really curious at this moment of how much things do we actually read and do we actually memorize it, or we can put it in this level of how many things actually occur to us, and these external factors can happen to us, can trigger us to get into some of these emotions, but how can we actually memorize the things to get us out of these emotions so it doesn't affect us, right? And yeah, it's a very trippy thing to think about, actually. I think it's very scary to think about that as well, because I think about what I just said right there, and then now I think about the level of somebody that is maybe going to do potentially go and hurt some people or get into fights, or God forbid, maybe even like a mass shooting or something like that, right? They are thinking about some strange things, man. It's just so weird. It's actually completely crazy to think about, right? And I honestly think this is actually one of the things about what we're even getting into with this verse right here, right? We are called to exhort everybody every single day, exhort one another every single day, right? It's exhorting could be in terms of encouraging one another, right? And it's just so crazy to me to think that. And here's the other thing, right? And I think here's the other weird aspect about the Bible is that it has also kind of taught me to even try to, how can we even encourage and motivate people or help somebody else out that you don't even like, that could even be your enemy, right? How could you even help that person out, right? How could you even encourage somebody that you might completely, maybe they even did something wrong to you, but could you actually be that person that maybe try and help that person out? Because as I started getting deeper into it as well, sometimes it's that whole idiom that people bring up many times, is that those who bully were once bullied themselves, right? It's like this. I don't know why that has actually. I don't even really know why that is the case. I mean, ultimately it is the case because this is what a lot of people bring up, right? Especially for like mass shooters and stuff like that. Is that they were once bullied and now they're bullying other people, and I think that's the other crazy thing about our society is now we live in a society where all you need is literally like 2 pounds of pressure, maybe not even 2 pounds of pressure. You just need a little pound of pressure, bro, and you could pull a trigger, bro. It's insane, dude. Like, it is so crazy, man, to think about that, right? Like, it's at the point, like, does this not trip anybody else out, right? We're at the point in humanity where you could literally probably give a baby a gun, and they probably have enough force to pull a trigger and kill a grown person. Like, I know it's just ridiculous to think about it that way, right? But what's also weird when I think about that is, like, back in the day, imagine giving that baby or a child or something like that, like 100-pound bow, right? Imagine you hand this child, you hand a child a 100-pound bow, bro. They are not even going to be able to pull it back. They're going to be like, they're going to have to try and club you with this little bow or something or this giant bow, right? Or you hand a child like maybe like even like a shepherd's sling or something like that, right? There is some crazy like time and diligence you have to or even just strength you have to use to attain these weapons and stuff like that, right? But we're living in this society, we're living in humanity right now where in like a literally like 1 little millisecond, bro, you could like kill somebody. It's insane to me, and it scares me actually. And it's just so scary to think about that, right? And it's just sometimes I really wonder how crazy would it be if we had the ability to somehow encourage people with our words. Yeah, maybe not even like you offering them lots of money or gifts or something like that, but how crazy would it be, bro, if just our words that we use, that we can help to encourage somebody to potentially not give up on life, to maybe not end their own lives, to maybe not kill themselves, to maybe not go out and hurt mass amounts of people, right? And it's just it's actually super crazy to me, and it's actually sad to me because now I go on some of these social media sites many times and I'll go and look at the comments, bro, and bro, there's just so much like negativity. There's just so, and I understand that that's how people like to banter at times, right? I think in some degree maybe we're all called, maybe not called, but maybe we're grown up in a society to defend ourselves with our words, right? And I think that is a big level of maybe just the society we've grown up on. But I feel like there is maybe a level of I honestly think there's a big pack mentality. I've actually been noticing this in a pack mentality. When somebody starts making fun of somebody, it's kind of like, and then they see like that's getting a lot of traction. It's like then everybody else wants to just like hop on board, and then they all start like wanting to make fun of somebody. But then the scary part is what happens if that person you made fun of? What happens if they have a gun and then they just blow up and then just cause a mass shooting or something like that, right? I think that would not be as funny of making fun of that person if you knew that was going to happen in the future, right? Which at times we don't realize that, right? And that's the other scary thing about the minds of people, right? Because you see a lot of these documentaries on, serial killers and mass shooters and stuff like this, right? Dude, it's so ridiculous because people go, oh, well, he was just this quiet person. I never knew he was like that. He just seemed normal. Nobody knew he was going to be like that. And this has been a very common theme throughout many, many years. It's not just like this one-time event. This is actually a common theme that occurs over and over and over again, right? It's like these people just don't actually realize that this person is actually going crazy, right? It's actually insane to me. It's very, very, very scary, actually, to me. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about, just encouraging others, right? And so we're going to get into some of these. Let's get into 1 Timothy 5:14. And I probably sound crazy right now. That's the other thing. I probably sound crazy right now, but this is the scariest thing, right? Is I like to not think that this is going on, but sometimes I think, what if the very things I'm talking about is actually occurring to somebody right at this very moment, man? It's just so, and it's just brutal, man. Does that not trip? That totally trips me out. So let's read this. 1 Timothy 5:14. And we urge you, brothers, admonish the idle, encourage the faint-hearted, help the weak, be patient with them all. It's actually just, let's underline that word all. Now, I'm actually wondering, do you think that word all means everybody or just some people, right? We are to be patient with them all. Because I think patience is actually a big one, especially for anger and resentment and things of that nature. Patience is a very, very big attribute. Let's see. So let's look up 1 Timothy 5, 1 Timothy 5, 14 commentary. 14 commentary. Is that it? 1 Timothy 5:14? Oh, no, it's 1 Thessalonians. I got it wrong. I was like, why is that verse not coming up? 1 Thessalonians. That is a strange word too, huh? Thessalonians. All right, let's see. Let's read some of these commentaries. What is some of these commentaries going to say? Okay, let's see here. Should we read some of these? Let's read the Elcott's commentary. Holy moly, it's already been 27 minutes. What in the world? I'm trying to speed this up. It's already been 27 minutes. I don't know how people do their Bible studies so short, man. There's some people on YouTube I see them doing like 5 minutes. It's crazy. Okay, let's see. Let's read Elcott's commentary. Now we exhort you, brethren, rather and than now. The writers turn to presbytery and explain their duty in the administration of discipline to the flock. The flock will be more apt to receive the discipline when they see with what apostolic authority their pastors are armed. There are several special parts of the clerical office are then enumerated. Holy moly. Man, some of these older bro, you made that sound so confusing. Not even gonna lie. That was not easy to read for me. You're using all these crazy words, huh? Okay, let's see here. Warn. The same Greek word as admonish in 1 Thessalonians 5:12, and selected for that very reason. The unruly or disorderly are those who infringe good discipline, who leave their ranks here notably of mentioned. 2 Thessalonians 3:11. Feeble-minded or faint-hearted or pulsianimous. Such persons, examples, as they are overburdened with sorrow or afraid of the persecutions or the like. Oh, that's actually very interesting, right? That's actually kind of interesting thinking about it, right? It's like we are to encourage people that are afraid of persecutions, that are afraid of sorrows, that are afraid, and those that are overburdened, right? Which I think most people are in some degree, in some level of their life, right? So should we be encouraging everybody? Support the weak, or keep hold of them to help them. The weak are not quite the same as feeble-minded, but rather, judging from Romans 14:1, those who have not attained the robust common sense and breadth of conscience which discriminates between truths and superstitions, necessities and expediencies, or who are not yet ripe enough Christians to be sure of standing in persecution. Patient toward all men. Church officers are not to be rendered impatient by the defects, errors, weakness, stupidity, unbelief of anyone. Wow. I mean, what does that really look like then, right? That's actually very strange. I mean, it says we are to be patient toward all men. Huh. Let's look at patience, and then let's look at patience and anger. Patience and anger, because I know there's something like with that, right? Anger, I just typed this in. This isn't really from like anything biblical. This is just something I just put in, patience and anger at the top, you know, because it says we are to be patient with all men. Like, that's crazy, right? Everybody we meet, we're supposed to be patient, right? And you know what's so hilarious is I started out with this stream basically saying that, you know, Flatland is basically just like a test of your patience. if you guys get into Flatland, it is straight up, bro. There's gonna be some time where you're gonna be like, bro, this feels impossible, and you just keep going and keep going and keep going. You just keep being patient, bro, and you just don't give up, dude. And you start just learning these things, bro. It's a trip, dude. And like, I feel like Flatland, bro, is like such a good way if you want to learn patience in some degree. And your willpower to not give up. Okay, let's read this. This isn't from the Bible. This is just something from Patience and Anger. Anger is the mind that wishes to harm and hurt. Patience is the mind that holds back from harming or hurting. Anger is most difficult to deal with. Patience is most difficult to develop. Patience is the only thing that defeats anger. Wow. What in the world? I mean, I'd never heard anybody say that. Patience is the only thing that defeats anger. Now, that's not from the Bible. I'm gonna really say that, you know. And that's not from the Bible, you know, but if we can kind of think about that now, if we think about what we just talked about, right? About people that go out and hurt people, you know, do mass shootings, you know, kill people and stuff like this. I guess that is another aspect of maybe they're not patient, right? Maybe they just want to explode. Maybe like they just, you know, in some degree, maybe they aren't patient. And it actually kind of scares me now, because now we're living in a society with instant gratification, right? And I'm wondering how instant gratification is affecting patience. Let's actually just look that up right now. Is instant gratification affecting patience? I don't know. I mean, I think it would, but I mean, I honestly think it would, but I'm not too sure. Okay, let's see here. What is this going to say? Now, this isn't from the Bible either. I'm just looking up stuff just to see what it says. This is the thing that comes up. Mental health. The constant desire for instant gratification can have negative effects on mental health, including stress, anxiety, and depression. People may have become overwhelmed or frustrated if they are not able to get what they want immediately, leading to feelings of hopelessness or helplessness. That's interesting, right? Now I'm wondering, how much has this affected everybody? I know it's affected me, right? Because I know for sure instant gratification has affected me, because I'm pretty sure, like, I have trouble memorizing things, right? It's easy to just look it up on Google like this, but can we actually memorize this stuff? That's what I think is instant gratification is affecting me on. But kind of want to look up, let's look up some, okay, so if we were to be patient with everybody, let's look up patient Bible verses. Patient Bible verses. Let's read some of these verses then. Patience. Romans 12:12. Rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. Galatians 6:9. This one doesn't even have the word patience in it, but let's read it. I don't know why they have it in there, but let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. Romans 8:25. But if we hope for what we do not see, we wait with it with patience. Oh, here's another one too. I think Ephesians 4:2 goes very well with the verse of 1 Thessalonians 5:14. With all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love. Oh, 1 Corinthians 13:4. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant. And I think there's another one about, you shall know that they are my disciples for your love for one another. Love for one another Bible verse. Where is it? Let's see here. You will know they are my disciples. Disciples. Love for one another. Oh, it's this one. Very important one. By this all people will know that you are my disciples if you have love for one another. John 13:35. John 13:35. So that's interesting, right? So we just went into that, and we went into one of the definitions of love, right? One of the definitions of love would be to be patient. In 1 Corinthians 13:4. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant. So we actually did find a pretty big combo right there. So so if you guys can remember, I don't know if I'm going to remember this combo, but I think hopefully I can try and remember it right. But if we go back to 1 Thessalonians 5, and we urge you, brothers, admonish the idle, encourage the faint-hearted, help the weak, be patient with them all. And then in that one commentary, all meant everybody, actually. To all men, to everybody. And in some cases, patience goes into love, right? So let's underline the word patience with green. So if anything, we just have to learn how to be patient with people, right? I guess the thing is, how do we do this, though, right? How do we encourage others like that? How do we encourage the faint-hearted? How do we encourage the weak, right? I mean, I'm thinking that we could do that with our words, right? Because I think there's some scriptures that go into, like a cheerful word will raise them up or something like that. What verse is that? I'm going to have to look it up. It's a cheerful word Bible, Proverbs. Cheerful word Proverbs. Okay. So we can think about this, right? Anxiety in a man's heart weighs him down, but a good word makes him glad. And also, so that's a big one, right? Thinking about how can we encourage others with our words. And there's also this one. There is one whose rash words are like sword thrusts, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. We're called to bring healing. What other ones up in here do we have about our words? I honestly, it'd be very interesting. I think it'd be very interesting. I know this sounds like a very strange thing to think about, but how crazy would it be if we did have some sort of foresight that someone was going to do some heinous crime, right? Like, what if it was like, what was that one movie? There's like some movie where they saw into some guy's future and like he was going to be a murderer or something like that, right? Now, how crazy would it be if there was something like that happened? I'm not saying that happens right now, right? But I'm actually curious now, how crazy would it be if we could observe people and if the only thing that we had to offer was just our words? I'm actually curious on how would people sentence or just like structure their words to help encourage this person that was going to do some sort of heinous crime in the future. That'd be very interesting to see, honestly. And yeah, that'd be very weird for me. It's just so weird to think about that, right? That'd be like a strange sci-fi novel, movie or something. Well, let's see here. Trying to find more. I know there's a lot of proverbs that go into our words. I only remember those two. Huh, interesting. It's kind of weird. I was just like, I don't even have these ones underlined. Let's read some of these, actually. Where was I at? The tongue of the righteous is choice silver. The heart of the wicked is of little worth. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for lack of sense. Man, there are so many verses in Proverbs that talk about our words. In some ways, we should be learning how to craft our words better. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. Trying to find more. A gentle tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it breaks the spirit. Okay, here's some other ones as well. These are ones I have underlined though, but let's read them. The wise of heart is called discerning, and sweetness of speech increases persuasiveness. Good sense is a fountain of life to him who has it, but the instruction of fools is folly. The heart of the wise makes his speech judicious, and adds persuasiveness to his lips. Gracious words are like a honeycomb, sweetness to the soul and health to the body. Interesting. Wow, this one's right underneath it too. I have this one underlined as well. This one's pretty brutal. A worthless man plots evil, and his speech is like scorching fire. Let's underline that one in red. I mean, that just kind of just reminds me of just all the kind of like hate in some degree. I mean, I don't even think some people think of it as hate. I think some people think of like joking in some, maybe not joking, but like, you know, kind of like making fun of somebody in terms of certain aspects of like maybe writing some hateful comments or something like that. I think some people might think of that as just, they're just having fun, right? Maybe they're just, you know, maybe they're just bored and they just want to like have a chuckle. But I just think about all the things that I've learned about like serial killers and, you know, mass shooters and stuff. It's just scary. It's just like, I understand that some of the stuff can be kind of funny, but you know, it'd just be ridiculous if I were to make a comment, you know, maybe trying to make fun of somebody, even if it was me not necessarily really wanting to hurt this person, But how crazy would it be if you were actually a person to egg that person on into doing some heinous crime and to unintentionally maybe hurt innocent lives, right? It's just very, it's just so brutal to think about, man. I mean, maybe I just think it's brutal. I think it's brutal to think. I don't know. Is that not brutal? Am I just tripping out? I just feel like that's super intense, actually. Interesting. Well, man, this one's actually we'll just end it right here, because this one goes into patience. I don't even think I have this one underlined. Whoever is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules the spirit than he who takes a city. Whoever is slow to anger is better than the mighty. Let's underline that in red. Wow. I mean, that does make sense, right? Because that goes into patience, man. So let us be slow to anger. Alrighty. Well, I think we're gonna... Oh, here's actually another one. Let's do this one as well. Man, there's so many verses on our words and just how we take our... This one's a good one, too. So I think this one is because I've been thinking a lot today about, the words that we use. How can we encourage people? And now this verse right here actually goes very into, okay, so what happens if we're on the other backhand? What if people are making fun of us, right? How do we take that, right? And I think this is a very good verse right here. Good sense makes one slow to anger, and it is his glory to overlook an offense. Alrighty. That was the Bible study. Man, it's crazy. I didn't think I was going to get into all this stuff today, but it is pretty brutal to think about. Maybe I just think... I mean, I know it's brutal to think about. It's just kind of sad because this stuff's probably going to happen again in the future. I mean, sometimes I wonder what that would even feel like for those people. I mean, because I never see that in terms of like the documentaries on like mass shooters and stuff like this, right? They never show like the people that actually made fun of these people. It's just crazy, right? They never show that. Like, they never show like, because they're out there, right? Some of those people, they did, maybe antagonize these people that did these acts, and it's crazy. They never like show that level of like what do they think about, right? Because in their heart they know that they did probably say or maybe egg some things on for somebody to just blow up or something like that. But it's just something I think that would weigh on a person's soul for sure. I mean, it would weigh. Yeah, that's something brutal, man. Anyway. Today was actually really gnarly. I didn't think I was even going to get into all this stuff today. I apologize, anybody. Today's Bible study is kind of brutal, but hopefully much needed, right? Or just if it's not needed in society, then maybe it's just for me to think about. It's just for me to ponder over the questions of how can we encourage people, and how can we encourage people that we don't even like? How can we encourage people that maybe even wronged us, right? Instead of just wanting to hurt them, retaliate, to maybe stop the chain effect of bullying even. Alright, let's see what we draw today. Curious. let's tone it down a bit. Let's tone it down into just looking at some artwork, man. We talked about some heavy things today. Some heavy things that have totally transformed people's lives. Let's cut this. Cut. Alrighty, first card of the day. Divine Favor. I always wonder, why does this chick have 3 shields? Is she a shield crafter? Man, I like the artwork on it though. I think that's cool though. It's an aura. What does this one say? With an armory of light, even the squire may champion her people. Divine Favor. Oh, interesting. This is the card I actually wanted to see today. That's funny. Soul Mender. Look at that guy. How crazy would it be if you could just heal people, right? I like playing the healers in RPG. I used to not like playing the healers in RPG games. I like playing the healers. It's cool. Islands. Number 4. Ooh, Centaur Blade. Centaur Blade. The reason why I have this card in here, by the way, is because of Proverbs 18:33. He makes my feet like the feet of a deer. He sets me secure on the heights. Number 5. Ooh, interesting. Used to be my commander. Rafiq of the many. Man, dude. Michael Cormack did yeah, Michael Cormack did that one. That thing looks gnarly, dude. Reminds me of Proverbs 28:1. Twilight Drover. This one always, dude, oh my goodness, bro. This one right here, bro. This card right here, I know it's like probably not even that crazy of a card, but this card trips me out, bro. I feel like this card reminds me of the Bible study we just did today, bro. Or boys and girls, anybody that watches. Look at this. Like, so this is a spirit creature, but look what he's doing. See that dead body? There's dead bodies. Look at that. There's all these dead bodies, and this dude's just like going around. Just like he's just seeing all this death around, right? It's just crazy. Dude, imagine it. Every time I see this card, I'm like, bro, imagine if you had the ability just to have a little glimpse into the spirit realm, right? And we literally did a Bible study kind of looking into little glimpses, right? I feel like if there was a way, how crazy would it be if I could just start commissioning people to if I could just start commissioning people just to do artwork for like this Bible study, right? But it's just so crazy because like if you look at that, like, because I mean I know this is like in a fantasy. I'm not saying this is real life, but like it's just so. The thing is, it is kind of heavy because of the things that we did on the Bible study. This is actually stuff that's actually, unfortunately, it's actually probably happening in our society somewhere. I don't know where it's happening, but the thing is that it's kind of bound to happen again, unfortunately. But the thing is that I think the more aware we can make these things, instead of like pushing it, shoving it under the rug, and be like, all right, everything is not going to happen again. But I think the more aware we can put these things out there, the more, hopefully we can learn to encourage people. Learn to encourage people that we don't like. Maybe, how can we encourage people with our words? How can we help that person that's faint-hearted or, because you never know, man. Some people out there, dude, it's like, that whole saying of like the straw that broke the camel's back? Because I also want to relay that aspect, right? because I know sometimes when we read these Bible studies, or I read some of these commentaries about like anger or jealousy or things of this nature, sometimes they word it in a sense of like one event makes people trigger to do something. But many times what I've noticed, it's not like that. Many times it's like the straw that broke the camel's back, right? It was like many little things that all piled upon this person, and then they just finally they just snapped, and then just like, couldn't take it anymore, right? But instead of having that one other little hay that went on that person's back, what if you're that person to take off some of the hay? Be like, hey man, we're going to give you a little bit more hope. And that's ultimately what I would like to do, but I'm still trying to learn how. Man, that card's gnarly. It's so weird because I just looked at that thing and I'm like, bro, that thing looks crazy. Yeah. Purple eyes, eerily fitting, I know, huh? Okay, let's see. I'm going to do this card draw on my Instagram now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Just something I put on the story on my Instagram. Man, these Bible studies are crazy, dude. I'm honestly like, here's the other thing, because I like said some really crazy stuff today. I'm like, oh, it's kind of embarrassing, but I know it's like, I shouldn't be embarrassed, because this is actually things that actually are really, I don't know, just really important stuff actually, but just crazy to think about actually. Welcome, travelers, to the card draw of the day. First card we have is Divine Favor, Soul Mender, Island, Centaur Blade, Rafik of the Many, and man, this card today was really gnarly. Twilight Drover. Every time I see this card, it's like, man, imagine being able to see into the spirit realm. Anyway, last card of the day is... Ooh, interesting. We got a nice Humble Plains. Nice holographic Humble Plains. It's cool. It's peaceful. Anyway, everybody, hope you guys have a good one. I'm out of here. Okay, then we do this. We put some hashtags. Boom, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. By the way, if you guys didn't know, you can put hashtags. I think you could actually put 10 hashtags on your story. And I don't really know if it works or not, but that's what they said. You can put 10 hashtags on your story. So if you're out there and you want to kind of maybe try and reach some masses or something like that. Boom. Alright. Oh yeah, this is the last card of the day, by the way. Holographic Plains. And that was the draw of the day. Some cool artwork. Now, we're going to get into bike riding. You can watch me fail over and over and over again. But I honestly find it very fun. I'm actually wondering if most flatlanders are just like, what if most flatlanders are just like obsessive compulsive people or something like that? That'd be so hilarious. What if there was like some sort of weird like psychological test, and like every flatlander that got on some sort of weird test or something, they're just all obsessive compulsive people or something like that? That'd be hilarious. Okay, let's chug some coffee. Cheers, everybody out there. The other thing, here's the other weird thing about thinking about encouragement. I honestly think in some weird aspect, I think showing our failures to people in some way can actually encourage them. And I think that's actually one of the big reasons why streaming is becoming, to the degree it's at now, is because it kind of shows people's failures in real time. All right, let's ride bikes. Okay. Man, I honestly think I might paint my frame white again. I've been noticing there's something with this camera, and I don't know what it is, but when I had my white frame, like there's something with the ISO or something like that with the background right here. But I've been noticing a lot of my clips are kind of blurry. It's because like the camera's not like focusing in or something, and I think it's because there's not that contrast of where my frame. I don't know. I might have to paint my frame again. I've been noticing that with my older streams. All right, let's put some music on. And let's see here. That's it. Oh man, that one's good. a day ago. What's this song? Gotta like break these shoes in. I need to tighten my shoes up. That's actually what I need to do. They're kind of loose on me a little bit. I kind of like wearing my shoes kind of tight. I don't like my shoes all loose. Oh, dude. There's a different way you could ride out of that. I think you could do freak squeak. Oh, dude, I think you can do freak squeak to the track stand thing. You put your hand right there. Sure. Oh yeah, we were trying hang five to freak squeak no hander. Pretty close. I wonder what you could do out of that. Oh yeah, we were also trying locomotives. Locomotives? Oh, it turned out pretty good. New shooters, rad.
might start running the track here pretty soon. It's not rough. Crazy. I'm actually starting to get into it a lot more. Close, but no cigar. Maybe I could do a better back here in my hand today. Oh my god, so close. I might actually be winning this trick. What about a fire hydrant to stick being a hander? I haven't done that one yet.
We've got a sunspot coming. That's why the generator's in that bag. That bag will set. National Emergency Service is also conducting some tests. And the rumors are you are going to have to acknowledge the call. And then they will spy on your phone.
You got to do that.
Yes, but this is basically giving them permission to go in and read off your entire phone.
And then you do that. See what the weather's like outside.
keeps going up. Doing a straight line. How do people do this trick? I lost it.
Something. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, that's the problem.
Sketchy. So I'm gonna line it up.
Maybe I should have my bars a little bit more forward. No, but I've been just tricks like that. I think my bars got kicked back a little bit. I don't know why I can't do more than like 3 lately. I want to do 7. I'm wondering if I put like a straight line. I wonder if that would help me. It's like you're playing Tetris, dude. Every level gets a little faster. That trick's always hard. And you feel like it hasn't really gotten easier.
Save now on unique quality food at the Sprouts Farmers Market Organic Sale. Gorgeous grapes.
Okay. Locomotive. Let's get locomotive. Getting closer. I forgot there's that other trick. Someone did like a pogo death truck. A no-handed pogo death truck. We gotta be chill. I can't do anything. Why is it so hard? What?
Sketchy. Oh, God. At least it's better than not letting you do this.
cool. Wait a minute, how am I screwed? Why did I lose my tool? Oh, no. Thing move on me. I'm cranking this thing down. Maybe I need to crank it down even more. I need some leverage. Let's find some leverage.
Sometimes you feel like your tracks are right there, but they're just not right there. It's still something else. I use our key to add additional tracks to make that.
You leverage it too much. It's ridiculous. Just like. It's weird. Like. Where am I, BMX? did it right there. Are you kidding me, bro? That was it right there. I almost did it first tee. That's how it be. Oh, the short's on. Oh, let's try Swivel the Undertaker. I haven't landed one of those in so long. Let's try yeah, let's try that. That was the most least traumatic fall. Oh, fuck. I have to, like, time it. That's actually hard. You have to, like, time your cranks. Huh, I wonder if you could do... Oh, dude, I think you might be able to just do it from a track stand. Let's try that. Is that doable? Oh, it is doable. You could do a track stand to Undertaker. What? Bro, I never knew you could do that. We just found out a new combo. Bro, I've never done that combo in my entire life. It's so weird, dude. I can't believe I've never tried that before. I wonder if you could you do, I wonder if you could do a fire hydrant to, fire hydrant to Undertaker? Oh wait, you would have to do it, what if I put my cranks already in position and did it from the pegs? Rocket tail whip. I don't know if you can do it like this. Maybe you can. You could do, oh dude, I just found out a new combo. You could do, I got one. You could do fire hydrant decade, track stand no hander, switch the cranks, Undertaker. Try that. Oopa. I thought I was going down, man. Maybe track stand, gosh. What's wrong with this wheel? I think it's just a peg or something. messed up, bro. I don't know why it keeps doing it. Don't end it with this, right? This thing's stripped out. What the heck? Oh my god, I think it is. Does it break something on the bike? It's like I fix something and then something else breaks. You know, like, put this grip tape in here, maybe that'll help. I know what to do. We could go over that, cut like this. And then it's close in here. Hopefully this works. Dude, I think I'm stripping this thing out. Oh my god. Hopefully this one works. Right. This wheel's messed up, bro. Fix this thing, right? I think this. Man, I think this thing's getting stripped out. I'm gonna have to. Oh, you know what I could do? Maybe I could cut this peg a little bit. dude. Thanks, brother. I'm trying to fix my bike right now. It's all messed up. Darn. My bike's all messed up.
I'll be right back. I need to find this bowl.
Alright, let's see. Is this gonna work? I'm gonna tool it. Nope. Can't even fit on there. Man, I always fix my bike and then something else gets messed up on it. What about this board right here? Oh, this one might actually work right here. Oh, it is. Oh, I found it, I think. Ooh, I think this one might actually work pretty good. I'm gonna cut. Should I cut the peg? This might work, or I might just strip it out more. I gotta be really careful with this. I actually might have to just use the metal peg now. I'm gonna have to use this peg right here, because up. For some reason, like with the plastic pegs, they have that thing to where like the sleeve comes out right there, and you have to like have like a pretty long axle. Where I think I might have to start using this peg right here. I don't want to, but more just it's real. All right. Use it. I wonder what would happen if I cut this right here. Hopefully this works. Like re-thread it, dude. This seems like getting stripped out. It's crazy. Hopefully this works. Hopefully I don't have to strip it out. So I cranked it down so hard. I should have not done that. There we go. Ah, fixed it. Woo!
I need some water.
Hopefully this works. I just mess up these weird parts. Like, how do I strip out a bolt? Well, I guess it's because I cranked it down, but...
Why?
Yeah, I'd have to do feeble. Oh no, because yeah, I'd have to do Smith. That's a pretty cool combo right there. Sorry, Dad, my bad, go on this.
I was a bit hungry, so I was
Sorry if I'm making a bunch of noise. That seems pretty cool, actually. Normally light it differently. Oh, wait a minute.
fudge.
I gotta like put this back in. We could try to. See? That's why it's so loud. Okay, on my wrist.
The fastest team in F1 will never step foot in a car, but the F1 run.
Nope, well, let's go back over there. Ah. Does this come loose or what's going on? Oh, that was super loose. Holy moly. Oh, we could do Smith, Feeble. Okay, let's do that. Smith, Feeble, manual. Smith, Feeble. Yeah.
away. Come on. What's wrong with me? Why can't I do that? Whoa, that was weird. I don't know, it's so off. That was it. Come on. I don't really ride this wedge that much, I'm gonna be honest. Keep leaning, dude. Come on, bro. Darn. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really been messing with the wedge too much. But we just go for it now. It's so hard to like get into a fakie after that. Ah! It's like it looks so cheesy too. 'Cause I'm just like going into a. It just looks so janky, but.
Purely pressed real brewed iced tea using the highest quality tea leaves. No artificial flavors.
Fudge. Okay. Like almost landed one and I messed up.
not good at ledges, so. Ridiculous. Just gotta get used to this ledge. I'm not used to it.
Hans handles the driving.
One correction up. Darn it. Well, let's screw it, I guess. Maybe we'll work on that a little bit. That's kind of tired me out. Like fun up and all. Crazy. At least this thing's taking some abuse. Oh my god, I just ran on my phone. Oh my god, I just almost crushed my phone. I thought this was pretty far back, but it's still kind of close. I guess I just like the line idea. Maybe if I push the camera over here, it'll be out of the way. Like that, maybe.
You could do like a pressure jam to like. You do like a pressure jam to like double peg or something. Huh. You could do like a. Oh, you could do like feeble, sprocket.
Oh, this is gonna be funny. I was gonna do this one. Feeble no-handed. My maneuver's funny.
Huh. It's crazy. There's actually a lot of combos. I haven't even been messing around with that thing. I'm like, huh. What the? I'm riding wolves. What in the world? We're riding dogs. Add stream marker. Did I put a stream marker? I put another stream marker. See how the weather is. Oh, shnikes. This thing's still on? Oh, did I just break the camera? Oh, wait. Oh, no. It's still working. I'm tired now. Whoa, that ledge looks so little over here.
ultimate circle. I think maybe I have to do like a different scuff pattern. I like stalled it, that was crazy. People do that one. They do like a front Vader scuff, hang 5. Almost did it. should do it long ways like that, honestly. That actually is probably how I should do it. Maybe I should put that curve right there. Lost that trick for sure. That trick heavy, bro. I used to be able to do that trick. Grind it out to learn it.
see if I can get one or two maybe.
Dude, I'm terrible at this trick now. I used to be able to do it. I've done a 4-cranker one time. At least it's like a nice quiet trick.
Maybe I can practice it for a really long time, period of time.
I know getting that second one's hard.
Here we go.
Man, I haven't done one of those in so long. I'm stoked. We just totally unlocked like a whole new area. curve is the new unlock. Because now we can go in, endo into something for that. See, we could do it better. That's a nice quiet trick. It's the first one's hard but it's the in between from the first one into the second one is really hard, I think. Ooh, that was almost it. See, because that's what Courage Adams is doing. He does the first one, he holds it a little bit, and then catches his balance, and then does it again. Dude, it's hard to get into, yeah. It's crazy how consistent he is with that trick. Hard. It's definitely a hard one. Like, you have to time it just right with the pedal pressure. It's actually really crazy. Dude, Courage Adams has it so down, he could do it first try. That's gnarly, bro. He must have done that so many times, bro. He's probably put thousands of hours into it. If he can have it like that. That's funny. How in the world does he do it so good? He just like just goes like forever.
Dude, I want to see someone do backwards manual kickflip, backwards manual kickflip. That would be gnarly. There's actually a lot of cons you can do on that now. I want to see someone do a perpetual abubaka. Abubaka, backwards manual, wheelie, abubaka, backwards manual, wheelie, abubaka. That trick's hard. I am not good at that. There was a time when I kind of had it, but I lost it. That's the new regimen we're going to start putting into practice. About 10 in stream. Let's see, we got an hour, 3 hours, 19 minutes. Hey, we actually only been riding for 2.5 hours. Alrighty, everybody. Well, let's read some scriptures. I think we were on 1 Thessalonians 5. 1 Thessalonians 5. Let's just review it again. Therefore, encourage one another and build one another up just as you are doing. We ask you, brothers, to respect those who labor among you who are over you in the Lord and admonish you, and to esteem them very highly in love because of their work. Be at peace among yourselves. And we urge you, brothers, admonish the idle. What does idle mean? I don't even know what that word means. Let's look that up. Idle definition. Idle Bible definition. To be slothful. The state of doing nothing. And we urge you, brothers, admonish the idle, encourage the faint-hearted, help the weak, be patient with them all. 1 Thessalonians 11 through 14. Mark this. Bagaboop. Senior. Put up. Let's go. Dash gonna be double body.
Alrighty, everybody. Way out of here. Farewell. Farewell, travelers. Farewell.